we should expect for the next 8 weeks, or 9 if you include this week. Okay, poetry. Today in poetry, we're going to study what a limerick is. And after, let's see, the next few weeks, we're going to start a poetry project, all right? All right, everyone understand? Did everyone pull up and review their poetry packet when we first started this semester? Okay, at the end of your poetry packet, if you want to get an idea of what I'm talking about as far as poetry project goes, the poetry project is at the very end of your poetry packet. So if you wanted to get a head start on your poetry project, you can. I will not be going over it for the next few weeks, but you can get a head start because some of the poetry will be writing haikus, writing limericks. So as we learn these, you can go ahead and write it and add it to your poetry project, okay? The poetry packet can be found in your assignment pages, I believe. I can also send everyone a link to that in case you can't find the poetry packet, okay? But for those of you that want to get a head start on your poetry project, you can. Okay, so everyone give me a smile if they're still with me. Okay, fantastic. All right, so like I said in our phonics is a review this week on the short vowel sounds A, E, and I. Is there anyone that can tell me what the short vowel A says? Okay, go ahead, Logan. What does the short vowel A say? Ah. Ah. As in cat. Okay, guys? So I'm going to write that really big on the board. And I know this might sound silly, but it's really important to know what your short vowels say. All right? So the A says as in cat. All right? How about the E? What does the E say? Who wants to try the E? What does the short vowel E say? Go ahead. Okay, how about you, Emily? Eh. Eh as in, what do you think a word is that I can use? Go ahead, Emily, you can give me the word. Oh, very good, elephant. You used a big one, good job. E as in elephant. The E in elephant, both the E's in there give the short vowel sound, so fantastic. And how about I? Who can tell me what the short I says? Mary Kate, why don't you give the I a try? What does the short I say? Very good. Can you give me a word? Can you give me a word that uses that short vowel sound? Igloo. Very good. Good job, guys. You guys are giving me some big words. And sorry, Logan, I didn't have you give me a word for ah. I just used my own word. But as in igloo. So very good. So in cat, the A says ah. Let me get a better color than that. That yellow never shows up the way I want it to. Ah as in cat. E says as an elephant, and I says as an igloo. Okay, so this is quick and easy for you guys, this phonics review. And there's not a whole lot for you to do for your assignment, except you're going to underline. In your assignment, you're going to underline the words that make the short vowel sound in each word listed on your assignment. And you guys seem to understand that. I have a feeling you guys are going to find it very easy and quick. Okay, let me unlock these boards here. Okay, so we're going to go around the classroom, and we are going to start with Tucker. And Tucker, in the word animal, can you underline the letter that says the ah sound? So there are two A's in the word animal. Only one of them says its short sound. Can you underline the one that says its short sound in animal? Very good. The very first A says in animal. That last A says the sound. It actually makes the schwa sound. All right, so that's not one that we're even worried about. Okay, and I'm crossing it out because it doesn't make it short sound. Okay, that's why I'm crossing it out. There is another vowel in here that makes it short sound too, and it is the I, and I didn't ask Tucker for that one, but the I also makes it short sound. So both the A and the I, the first A and the I make their short sound. This A makes the sound, so it doesn't make it short sound, right? We have animal, okay? All right, so remember that our vowels that we're looking at this week are A, E, and I. So Emily, in the word method, which letter makes the sound? It's short sound in method. Can you underline it for me? Very good, the E does. This O, we're not even looking at O this week, but this O actually makes an sound, so it doesn't even make its short sound. So the E is what makes the short sound in method. All right, I'm gonna go over swimming, and then Logan, I'll let you have the next one. But in swimming, the I, the very first I makes its short sound. Swim. But in ing, I-N-G, it doesn't make it short sound. It makes a combination sound, ing. So it does not make it sound, okay? So swimming, the I makes it short sound, the first I. The second I does not. So do you guys see that sometimes, right, sometimes the vowels are going to make their short sound and sometimes they're not going to make a short sound, and they're not even going to make their long sound. They're going to make a combination sound, right? Or the schwa sound. So we're only looking for the short vowel sounds of A, E, and I. I. All right, Logan, in the word fraction, I hear the sound. Which letter makes the sound in fraction? Can you underline it for me? Very good. The letter A makes its short sound, fraction. The I-O is a combination sound, so it does not count, right? It makes an sound. So we're only looking at the short vowel sound, in fraction. All right, and Mary Kate, in the word grand, which letter makes its short vowel sound? Grand. And it's kind of a weird but it's still a short vowel Very good. So the A makes the short vowel sound in grand. And now I'm going to do the next one. We have strict, and we have the I that makes the short vowel sound I. All right, so this week we are focusing on a review of I, the short vowel sounds for A, E, and I. All right, just remember that you're going to have some words where you might see the letter, but it won't make it sound, okay? So you're going to have to listen to the recording of me saying the word, and you're only going to underline when it makes it short sound. If it doesn't make it short sound, like an animal, this A makes a different sound, you're not going to count it, okay? Does everyone understand that? Give me a smile if you understand the assignment. Okay, we're only focusing on the short vowel sounds, only the short vowel sounds. All right, and that's kind of it's just phonics as a review for the next several weeks, okay? All right, however, we are adding in a new root and base word in our root and base word studies and vocabulary. We're adding in deca and deci. Deca and deci. Has anyone ever heard the terms deca and deci before? Do those sound familiar at all? Okay, Logan, do you know what they mean? Or what word have you heard them in? What? Say that. Deciment? Do you mean decimate? Is that the one you're looking for? Go ahead, Emily. Decimeter. Oh, very good. You pulled one from math. Good job, Emily. Decimeter. So deca and deci, who knows what they might mean? Who knows what deca and deci mean? Anyone want to give that a try? Deca and deci? Go ahead, Emily. Very good. So deca and deci mean 10 or tenth. And when you use deci, typically it's tenth, right? And deca is usually 10. But they're 10 and tenth. So they have to do with the value of 10, okay? So some of our words, and I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to put it onto our whiteboard so I can write on it. All right, so some of the words we're looking at this week, they all have to do with the value of 10, okay? The first word is decade, and you see that decade has deca in it, and a decade is a period of 10 years. So whenever someone refers to a decade, that means 10 years, all right? A period of 10 years. If I said that I was 4 decades old, how old do you think I am if I said I was 4 decades old? Go ahead, Logan. Very good, 40. Good job. I'm actually a little older than that, but I'm not going to tell you how much older. But a period of 10 years, right, is a decade. Then you have decathlon. Again, it has deca in it. Again, it has deca in it, all right? Decathlon. Decathlon is an athletic contest in which each contestant participates in 10 events, okay? So decathlon is an athletic event with 10 events in it, okay? Deca, all right? And then we have the word decibel. The word decibel has deci in it, okay? And it's a unit of sound intensity. It's a unit of measurement. And I'm going to add a little more to that in here beside what it says here. It's a unit of sound intensity. It's sound, a measurement of sound in tens. All right, so we're measuring the sound in units of 10. Let me put units of 10. All right, that makes a little more sense. All right, so decibel is a measurement of sound in units of 10. Put that right there. All right, so then we have decimal. Now, I'm pretty sure all you guys have heard of decimal, right? It has deci in it. You use decimal all the time in math. And I know that my math classes have all used decimal, all right? A decimal is a fraction with an unwritten denominator of 10. All right, so it's a number with a decimal point indicated by blah, blah, blah. It's decimal is a number with a decimal point. Does anyone know what a decimal point is? Who can tell me what a decimal point is? I'm going to, down here at the bottom of the screen, I'm going to give you an example. 5.14, and I'm going to make a space right here so I can highlight the decimal. This, Emily says yes. Of course, Emily, you are in my math class. This is a decimal, okay, right there. That is a decimal point, okay? Everything after it is in units of 10. And believe it or not, everything before it is in units of 10, okay? So a decimal point is a fraction with an unwritten denominator of 10. Everything is in units of 10, all right? Whoops. Has everyone used a decimal before in math? Give me a smile if you've used a decimal before in math, a frown if you haven't. Okay, Tucker says, oh yeah, he has. Logan has. I know Emily has, and Mary Kate. Fantastic. So you're all familiar with decimal. It's just a unit of 10, okay? Deci, unit of 10. All right, and then we have decimate. Decimate has deci in it too. And when you decimate, this might be the word that I think that you're trying to say, Logan, decimate. Decimate is when you kill or destroy a large part of something. It used to mean every 10th person. All right, so when you would decimate, when barbarians would go into a village and decimate the village, they would kill every 10th person. All right, and that's what that means, decimate. All right. And who knew that such a crazy word actually has something to do with 10, the unit of 10? All right, do you have any questions on deca and deci? So when you go to do your assignment, everything has to do with what? When you go to do your vocabulary assignment, everything has to do with, go ahead, Logan. Deca and deci, and 10, very good. Logan, deca, and deci, and Mary Kate says 10, so everything has to do with 10. It has something to do with 10. Very good, guys. Okay. I'm going to save poetry for last, so let's skip through the poetry lesson. It's kind of a big lesson on limericks, and we're going to look at our abbreviations really quickly. Now, the last week that we met, which was the week before spring break, so about 2 weeks ago, you guys had a lesson on abbreviations, directional abbreviations. Does everyone remember that? Directional abbreviations? Does everyone? Okay, good. This week we're doing measurement, and this is not all the measurement abbreviations, okay, but this is the ones that you might use in your regular everyday life, or things or measurement abbreviations that you may see on a regular basis. There are so many measurement abbreviations. All right. Hey, Jalen, there are so many measurement abbreviations that you would need to know if this was a math class, but this isn't a math class. This is a reading class. And so we're looking at the abbreviations that you might see in your everyday reading that people would use more often, all right? Okay, so, Jalen, did you have a birthday? Is today your birthday? Or did you have a birthday while we were gone? Happy birthday, Jalen! Everyone say happy birthday to Jalen. It's his birthday. Yay! Whoop, whoop. Happy birthday, Jalen! All right. Can everyone still hear me okay? All right, fantastic. Everyone give me a smile for Jalen since it's his birthday. Everyone give me a smile. Fantastic. Birthdays are great. I still like having birthdays too. All right. Okay. So abbreviations, measurement. Let's look at our measurement abbreviations. So in this first one, this is Celsius. Who knows when we would use an abbreviation for Celsius? What would we be measuring if we use Celsius? Go ahead, Logan. Okay. All right. The temperature, very good. So Celsius is a temperature measurement, okay? It measures temperature. I want you to notice that Celsius, its abbreviation is a capital C, okay? A capital C. Let's go to the bottom of the list. Another measurement for temperature is Fahrenheit. So we have Celsius and Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is a capital F. So both Celsius and Fahrenheit measure temperature, and they are both abbreviated with a capital letter. They are the only capital letters in this list this week, okay? So both Celsius and Fahrenheit should always be capitalized in their abbreviation, okay? Then we have inch, which is IN, yard, which is YD. What does inch and yard measure? Does anyone know? These are definitely ones you'd see all the time. What does inch and yard measure? Go ahead, Logan. Okay, but what kind of measurement? Measurement's a broad term. What do you think you would measure with an inch or a yard? Okay, I will tell you, you would measure length. Okay, so inch and yard would be to measure length. You have IN and YD. That's why you'll see these all the time, because quite often you're going to see measurements of length. Okay, ounces, OZ. Ounces, OZ. Notice that there's no Z in the word ounces, but there is a Z in its abbreviation. So sometimes abbreviations don't make sense when you look at the word, okay? So you have to remember that ounces is OZ. You use ounces when you measure weight, all right? So you'll see ounces when you measure weight. In cooking, you will see ounces on a measuring cup. So this is how you would use this in everyday life, okay? So in order to read a measurement cup, you need to be able to understand that OZ stands for ounces. How many of you cook and use measuring utensils? Okay, how many of you cook? Mary Kate cooks. So if you use a measuring cup, you're going to see, give me a minute, Logan, you're going to see the OZ on a measuring cup. So this is why this is really, really important for you to know, okay? Then you have a foot, FT. You're going to see foot all the time. Where do you think you're going to see foot? Go ahead, Logan. And length, yes. What? Oh, Emily says she cooks pancakes. Fantastic. So when you measure your height in feet and inches, all right? So you might see your height written as, I'm 5'2", I'm very short, I'm 5'2", so I'd be 5 feet, and I'm going to put this on the board so I can actually write on this. Let's get this on the board over here. And I'll show you how you'll probably see this more often than not. Is when someone is describing someone's height, okay? Well, 5 feet 2 inches would be like this. Whoop. For some reason it does not want to. It's not letting me. See if it'll let me do this. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Sorry, my screen didn't want to do it. Let's see. All right, so you would see 5. Nope, it doesn't want to write. I guess there's some lag in my screen right now because it's not letting me write. Not sure why I'm having a problem right on that. Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat box. Let's see if it'll let me write in the chat box. 5 feet 2 inches, okay? So take a look at the chat box, and I put it in the chat box. 5 feet 2 inches, okay? 5 feet 2 inches, and that's where you would see the measurement, okay? You're going to see the abbreviations for measurement. All right, so now we have, or for length, sorry. Then we have millimeter, which is mm, okay, and millimeter and then centimeter right here, cm. Millimeter and centimeter you will see on rulers all the time. So the rulers that measure inches, you'll see centimeters and millimeters, and centimeters and millimeters is a metric unit. All right, so that's what you'll see that. So when you see mm and cm, you know that it means centimeter and millimeter. All right, then we have pound, lb. Does that make any sense? Does anyone see an L or a B in the word pound at all? No. Do you guys see a LB in the word pound? P-O-U-N-D. No. But the abbreviation is LB, and I really do not know where they got the abbreviation from, but pound is LB. That would be your weight. So when you see your weight, you'll see your weight in pounds, all right? Or the weight of someone when you're reading a book, it'll be pounds. So it says LB, you know it means pounds, all right? And they're measuring weight. Mile, Mile is mi, so if you see mi, you know they're talking about miles. Miles is another measurement of length. It's a very long measurement of length. When you say miles, you're usually talking about how far you run or how far you drive, okay? Dozen, D-O-Z. When would you see D-O-Z? What do you think you would see D-O-Z when you say dozen? 12, very good. Dozen means 12. But when you see dozen, what do you think you'd be using? Go ahead, Logan. Okay, when you see DOZ for dozen, you're probably looking at a carton of eggs. Very good, Mary Kate. Mary Kate said eggs. A carton of eggs or cupcakes, a dozen cupcakes. Okay, so you'll see dozen. There is a book. There is a book about a family. Or Mary Kate says donuts. Very good. There's a book about a family with a dozen people in it. Okay, so you would see that all the time, this word and this abbreviation all the time in that book. But when you're in the store, you might see DOZ on a carton of eggs, you might see it on cupcakes, and you might see it on a package of donuts. All right, miles per hour is MPH. All right, if you see MPH on anything, they're talking about miles per hour. You're going to see this on a lot of things now and in the future. MPH, miles per hour. Miles per hour means how fast something travels, the rate of travel, okay? So miles per hour. And then you have miles per gallon, MPG. So if you see MPG, it's miles per gallon. That says how many gallons of fuel does a car use per mile. So miles per gallon. You'll see that when you come to cars. Okay? So those are your abbreviations for this week. Your abbreviations are on measurement. All right? Do you have any questions on your abbreviations? Any questions? No. Logan says no. All right. Fantastic. Everyone's saying no, no, no questions. All right. And I can't get my whiteboard to work. Let me see. All right. Okay, so then we have our dictionary skills, and it's Latin roots part 3. All right, Latin roots part 3. Can everyone see the Latin root words for this week? Can you guys see them? All right, so we have port, we have rupt, and we have scrib or script. Port, if you see a word with port in it, it means to carry. Okay, so anything with port in it means that it carries something or has something to do with carrying things, okay? Rupt, R-U-P-T, rupt means to break. All right, so if you see a word with rupt in it, it means that it is something is breaking, okay? And then scrib and script both mean to write. So let's take a look at 3 example words using these Latin roots in it. So my first word is transport. Transport. Who wants to try and figure out what transport means? All right, go ahead, Logan. Okay, very good. We're carrying something somewhere else. Okay, so transport is the movement of people, animals, or goods from one location to another. So we are taking people, animals, or goods and we're moving them somewhere else. So very, very good, Logan. How about the word abrupt? How about the word abrupt? Does anyone want to give abrupt a try? What do you think abrupt means? Or what do you think it has to do with? You might not know the actual definition, but you know that it has R-U-P-T in it, the Latin root. Okay, go ahead, Emily. What do you think it has to do with? I'm sorry? Well, remember that R-U-P-T means to break, okay? Port means to carry, but R-U-P-T means to break. So If it has rupt in it, this word has something to do with breaking. Well, erupt would be a volcano, but this is abrupt. So abrupt means a sudden and unexpected break. Something breaks suddenly. Okay? Many times you'll hear the word abrupt when you're talking about someone who interrupted your conversation. You can say, so the interruption was abrupt. All right? It was sudden and unexpected. All right? Abrupt. Now we have inscribe. Inscribe. And inscribe has the Latin root S-C-R-I-B in it. Inscribe. So inscribe has S-C-R-I-B. What do you think S-C-R-I-B means? Okay, go ahead, Mary Kate. What do you think it has to do with? What is it? To write in something. So very good, very good. Inscribe means to write or carve symbols on something. All right, so when you carve a symbol on something, you're inscribing. Nowadays, when we talk about inscribing, most of the time you're writing, you have a nice, sweet little message written inside of a gift. Okay, so you inscribe a gift. Many times, and look, everything on my end just refreshed. My screen just refreshed. Can everyone still hear me? Give me a smile if you can still hear me. But make sure I haven't lost everybody. Okay, because my screen just refreshed on me. Okay, so inscribe nowadays, when you give someone a watch, if it's their anniversary at work, they've been there for 50 years and they're given a watch on their 50th anniversary, it might say inside the watch, happy 50th anniversary. And that means that they inscribed that message inside the watch. Okay, so that's what we talk about when we say inscribe. All right. Okay, so you have port. Let's see if I can actually write on the board now. Is it going to let me write? Nope. I'm not sure what's going on here. But it's not allowing me to do anything on the board right now. Let's see. Nope. Okay, so. All right, well, that's okay. Okay, so. Any questions on the 3 Latin roots in your dictionary skills? You have scrib or script, which means to write. You have port, which means to carry, and you have rupt, that means to break. Okay, you have, let me think, how many? I think you have 9 different vocabulary words in your assignment or in your dictionary skills for your assignment that have to do with the 3 Latin roots. Okay, do you have any questions on the Latin roots this week that you're going to be studying? Any questions? Give me a smile if you're good to move on. Okay, fantastic. All right, so let's go back to our poetry this week. Our poetry is on limericks. Has everyone heard of a limerick before? Does anyone know what a limerick is? No. All right, so Logan says no. And give me 1 second. Miss Amy, can you hear me? Miss Amy? I really want to be able to write on this board. Okay, my whiteboard is not letting me write on it. It's not letting me do anything. Yeah, yeah. Do what? Uh, let me see. No, I can't. It won't let me do anything. Oh, all of us, hold on. Oh, I just saw. Oh, okay. Okay. Nope, it's still not letting me write. That's so strange. It's not letting me write. Yeah, I do, and I'm clicking on them and it's not letting me do anything. Emily says she can. She's able to, but I don't see. Emily's must be on her personal because I don't see what she's doing. Oh, there we go. That's not me though. Yeah. Okay, guys, hold on a sec. Uh-huh. It's unlocked. I don't know either. Okay. All right. Give us a second, guys. I really want the whiteboard for our poetry lesson, okay? Hmm. Oh yeah, I can change pages just fine. I just can't write on the whiteboard for some reason. Yeah, all the icons are there. No, it's not letting me do anything. I can select them. Yeah, I can select everything. See, there's my red dot. All right, but I can't. It's not letting me actually write on the board, which is odd. Yeah. Okay. Nope. No, I mean it's just my pointer and it's not writing on the board. All right, guys, hold on, everybody. That was not me. All right.